Day one of the World's Strongest Man is done and dusted. There's 1 day of the heats left. 3 out of 5 events are finished. We're going to take a look at the events, how the different athletes did it in their group, and then we're going to compare all the 25 athletes in all the different events and then look at the total between all 25 of them. First of all, I've already made a video looking at the first event, loading medley. Now we're taking a look at the deadlift for reps. It was supposed to be 345 kilos for reps in 1 minute. The first group out there was group 2, and that's Mitchell Hooper's group. In this group, Paddy Haynes won it with 8 reps, and as you can see, this is for sure the deadlift group because all the other 4 guys, including Mitchell Hooper, did 7 reps and had to share the points. The next group out in the deadlift was group 3. In this group, unfortunately, as maybe expected, Mateusz Kielskowski managed 0 reps. I'm not sure if we look at the Siberian Power Show, Mateusz should be able to do at least 1 rep with this setup. So I'm not sure if it's a heavier weight or he just decided he didn't want any points because he could have done 1 and get 1 point. I don't know. At least winner in this group was, as expected, Ryan O'Neill, the South African, showing us that it's not in the Strongman Champions League. He can win the deadlift. He will also win it here at the World's Strongest Man. Second place, we have Lucas Hatton sharing it with Evan Snana, and then Shane Flowers with 6 repetitions. Group 4 was the next group in the deadlift, and here we got the best deadlifter of all of them, Trey Mitchell, going without the suit and kicking out 10 reps. Second place, we have Tristan Hoth with 8, Andre Foytu with 5, and Maxime doing what I thought Mateusz would do, taking 1 rep to get at least a couple of points. As we know, unfortunately, Luke Richardson had to pull out. So the next group was group 5, and as we know here, Evan Singleton had to pull out due to bicep injury as well. Winning the deadlift in this group with the lowest amount across all the groups is Andrew Flynn with 6, Nick Adeon and Pavlo Kodiaka with 4, and Luke Stoltman doing 2 reps. The last group to go out here was group 1, Tom Stoltman's group, so he knew what he had to chase. Kicking out 7 reps, equaling Mitchell Hooper, so when they will compare going into the final, they will share this event. Then we have Eddie Williams also at 7, impressive from Eddie, and then Austin Andrade and Thomas Evans with 6. We should expect more from Austin Andrade doing 6 repetitions, but he went, unlike Trey Mitchell, he went with the suit and he was struggling badly with the sun and almost fainting and not feeling very well. So 6 repetitions and only 1 point for Austin Andrade in the deadlift is not something we're used to seeing. So if we take a look at comparing all the 25 athletes, as you might understood, Trey Mitchell was the best deadlifter, kicking out 10 reps. We had Paddy Haynes, Ryan O'Neill and Tristan Hoth with 8. Surprisingly enough, Mitchell Hooper, who went out in the first group, doing only 7 repetitions, not impressive from Mitchell. He was telling his coach that he was struggling with his straps, struggling to grip up. I'm not sure if he's too used to his figure of 8 or what it was, but at least just 7 repetitions for Hooper. And yeah, I would say this could be a kick in the butt for Hooper if he wants to have 10 points going into the final. Taking a look then at the overall after 2 events. Overall, Mitchell Hooper has the most points. Then we have Paddy Haynes 5 points behind, Tom Stoltman and Ryan O'Neill sharing 3rd place with 41 points. But as you know, going into the final, we're just going to compare the top 10. So this won't have to be the correct order, but we get an overview. So going into the last event for day 1 is the overhead medley. And in the overhead medley, group 3 had to start. In group 3, we have Mateusz Kielskowski, and he finished last in the press medley. I have no idea how this is possible. I haven't seen footage of it, and it doesn't make sense to me. He did 4 repetitions, which means he would do the circus dumbbell and he would do the lug. And then going into the circus barbell, no reps, 154 kilos should have been no problem for Mattis. One thing you could see from the boneyard was the grip was very narrow. I'm not sure if he struggled to clean it, having such narrowly arms. I have no idea, but at least he's finishing last. Lucas Hatton winning the heat with 6 reps, did not finish the Apollons. At least he won his group. And then you had Ryan O'Neill, Shane Flowers and Evans Nana all on 5, but Ryan O'Neill being the fastest, securing himself a lot of points. And as you can see, Ryan O'Neill in the lead in this group after 3 events with 13 points, and Lucas Hatton and Evans Nana being all 3.5 points behind. So it's looking very good for Ryan O'Neill so far. Hopefully for him, he's a good tosser. Then going into the second group in the overhead medley, that was group 4. In group 4, we have Trey Mitchell winning the event. Joking, Andre Foytu, he was 0.3 of a second faster. Second place, we had Trey Mitchell. And in third place, we had Maxime Boudreau. So in this group, after day 1, we have Andre Foytu in the lead with 13 points, Trey Mitchell with 12, and Maxime with 9. Looking kind of good for Maxime, considering we have tossing next, and he should be good at that one. So yeah, going into the third group, group 5 in the overhead medley. As we knew, no Evan Singleton here. Winning the press medley with 6 implements in 46 seconds. We have Pavlo Kordiaka, Luke Stoltman coming in second, then Andrew Flynn. The winner of, or the leader in this group after day 1 is Pavlo Kordiaka with 13.5, and sharing second is Luke Stoltman and Andrew Flynn. And yes, to those guys who saw my prediction, having Andrew Flynn down at 5 points, he's kicking me in the balls, and I'm fine with that. Going into the second to last group in the overhead press medley is group 1, Tom Stoltman's group. Tom Stoltman with finishing all of them in 56.95 seconds. Very impressive. Second to him was Thomas Evans. Thomas Evans is very good at this. He won it at the Rogue Invitational. Third place, we had Austin Andrade finishing all of them, but he needed 73 seconds, almost the whole time limit. So in group 1, after day 1 and 3 events, we have Tom Stoltman leading it all with 14.5 points, the most points of all across all groups. In second place, we have Eddie Williams at 9.5 and Thomas Evans at 9.5 as well. Last group, after day 1, in the overhead medley, we have the fastest time from Mitchell Hooper, just narrowly 3 seconds behind Tom Stoltman with 59.74. In second place, we had a big American, Bryce Johnson, and in third place, we had Paddy Haynes with 64.40. Huge from Paddy Haynes, taking third place in the overhead medley. Looking very good for Paddy now. And would be interesting to see him in the tossing. First place in this group after day 1 is Mitchell Hooper with 12.5. Then you have Paddy Haynes in second with 12, just a half point behind. And in third place with 7.5 points, we have Bryce Johnson. So it's close between Mitchell Hooper and Paddy Haynes. But as you can see, it's quite a few points down to the third place, which is Bryce Johnson. And I feel like Matthew Ragg and Wesley Davinsky will try to catch up points there. So if they have to share a lot of in the next couple of events, it could look good for the new Paddy, the baddie, Haynes. Okay, looking at the overhead medley, comparing all the 25 athletes, best time, as mentioned, Tom Stoltman. Next athlete is Mitchell Hooper, third, Andre Foytu, Trey Mitchell, Thomas Evans coming all down at number 5. Even though he won it at the Rogue Invitational, he had the fastest time in the log medley previously in the World's Strongest Man heats. Austin Andrade coming 6th, and those are the ones who finished all the implements. The fastest of all of them who didn't finish is Paulo Kordiaka, and after him you have Lucas Hatton. Surprisingly, Lucas not finishing it, but still getting in a okay performance. Ryan O'Neill just in the center, and all the way down, big surprises to me is Matthew Ragg and Mateusz Kilskowski with just 4 implements. Yeah, my conclusion here would have to be the narrow grip. I mean, Matthew Ragg is kind of stiff in his upper chest. Mateusz is used to having kind of wide grip, but he's also quite a mobile guy. So yeah, I have no idea what's been going on with Mateusz here. He could be fucked up after the 2 first events, zeroing and then just taking 1 point in the loading medley. But as we know, the 2 next events for Mateusz has to be the best events there is for Mateusz. So if he can deliver there, he will at least call 10 more points, but I'm sure that won't be enough to reach the final, unfortunately. Then taking a look at the overall after day 1, comparing all the 25 athletes. On top with 72 points, we have Mitchell Hooper. In second, we have Tom Stoltman. Third, Trey Mitchell, Ryan O'Neill, Paddy Haynes, Andre Foytu. And there you go. So then taking a last look at the groups, all 5 groups, the leaders, Tom Stoltman and Edith and Thomas Evans is sharing second. Mitchell Hooper in the lead with Paddy Haynes right behind in group 2. Group 3, Ryan O'Neill is in the lead with Lucas Hatton and Evan Snana on 9.5. In group 4, Andre Foytu is in the lead with 13, Trey Mitchell with 12 in second. In the last group, group 5, we have Pavlo Kodiaka leading with 13.5 and Andrew Flynn and Luke Stoltman with 10. 2 events to go in day 2. We have the Titans toss and we have the stone medley before we have the 10 finalists ready for you guys. Thank you for watching, and I wish you a pleasant